Well, Mike, Andy and Tim are here with us. Morning.
Morning.
Thank you so much for coming in. I know you're here because you have some news to share with us. Just tell us what the latest idea is.
Well, we've got to walk again, is the thing. We had a bit of a year off last year when we spent most of our time in Westminster, it felt like, didn't we, talking to the Department for Education. So in spring, we're going to walk. This time we're going to walk down the east side of the country. Because a lot of folk have asked us when we were going to walk on that side of the Pennines. And so we're in start of April, or middle of April. We're going to walk between some of the new offices that Papyrus have opened as they've expanded over this last few years. And walk from Stirling right down to Norwich.
Yeah, so it's about 500 something miles, isn't it? 20 miles a day.
Yeah.
But Stirling, Newcastle, Leeds, Hull, then Norwich, those are the 5 new hubs. Yeah. When we first started walking, Papyrus had got kind of 5 hubs around the country. They're now up to 18 hubs because of the money that, you know, people have raised and stuff, and we've helped to raise. And the emergency line, Hope Line, has now gone 24/7. So, which is amazing. That was what we all wanted to, you know, I know that would have really helped, or could have really helped in the middle of the night in crisis. So to know that anyone around the country can phone their Hope Line 247 now is perfect.
That's such an important change, isn't it? Because some people might not believe that a helpline is not staffed at the point when some people feel they're most vulnerable.
Yeah, definitely, yes, yeah. I mean, we're walking in because we realise, sadly, we hear stories just about every week, such as stories of people losing, you know, their loved ones to suicide. And we realise there's more work to be done. So we want to take Papyrus basically into every community, you know, into the heart of every town. So every individual knows about Hope Line, every school knows, every family knows, every organisation knows, you know, and we believe that will save lives.
And you say you spent a lot of last year in Westminster. Where are you with that? How's that going?
It's okay. We've moved a long way, haven't we? You know, when we first started talking to government, that idea of what we realised on the first walk, we spoke to so many suicide bereaved parents who said it was only after they'd lost their young people that they realised, they found out that suicide's the biggest killer of under 35s in the country, and you know, around about 200 school-aged children take their own lives each year. And they all said, why didn't anybody tell us? So that was what we asked the government, why aren't we talking? If this is the biggest risk to our young people, why aren't we talking about it? And that set off a series of conversations and meetings, and we ended up being invited to get involved with the review of the RSHE curriculum, the Relationship Sex Health Education curriculum, last summer. So we took part in that. We also got invited to bring people along that we'd met, haven't we?
Yeah, all the kind of experts that we've met. Not us, we're not experts. There's so many people out there, so many brilliant organisations, charities, schools, you know, professionals, academics, miles cleverer people than we are, but they all kind of contributed into those round tables, didn't they?
The process is frustratingly slow. Yeah. You know, let's be right.
Frustration. Because the last time you were here,
it is.
There was a little bit of optimism, wasn't there, that you were nearly there? Has that gone?
No, it hasn't gone. The fact is, we have confidence in the Department of Education to do the right thing. You know, they always talk about the risk of talking about suicide within schools. This isn't suicide, it's suicide prevention we want taught. Age appropriately and sensitively, it can be done. We've seen it being done. So we have confidence in them doing the right thing. Doing nothing is not an option in this case. So
where we're at the moment, we know that this review has been carried out. We've seen a draft of what could be the new curriculum, which looked great.
Yeah, good.
But with the change with the reshuffle last autumn, we've got a new schools minister. We spent a lot of time with Nick Gibb last year. We've now got Damien Hines came in the autumn, who we met last month. It did feel a bit frustrating that it felt like we'd gone back 10 months, so we need to have the same conversation again with him. But he's got all the evidence, all these people that we've met, that we've introduced to the DFE, who've all said talking about suicide doesn't provoke suicide. If we talk about suicide and suicide prevention, that's the way to save lives. So we know he's got all that evidence sat on his desk. We just need him to go, right, and here's the next step is for it to come forward for public consultation.
Are you confident that will happen?
Well, Maria Caulfield last week, she was at the National Suicide Prevention Alliance at the Oval, and she announced that Three Dads had helped with the RSHE curriculum review and that it was going forward. So that's the Department for Health and Social Care.
Yeah.
So it feels like things are in motion. Yeah. We just haven't heard a definitive yet.
I think it has to be part of a whole school approach. We actually have to look after the teaching staff here, but give them the tools to be able to do what they're doing. There's figures out there as well. The figures I've heard bandied are basically, it used to be about 1 in 10 pupils have an issue with mental health, but now it's gone up to 4 in 10, over the last, since about 2007. And these are unacceptable figures. There's a lot of pressure on our young people at the moment, and academic qualifications are one thing, but we need to look after these life skills to make our young people resilient and happy.
So doing nothing isn't an option?
No.
It will happen. It'll happen.
Good luck. And enjoy the new walk.
Yeah.
Is enjoy the right word?
Yeah, it's good.
We should be walking and talking. That's what we do.
Yeah.
So we will keep the conversation open.
And raise a bit of cash.
Yeah, actually, one thing we should say, if anybody wants the details, that should now be live on our website. So threedadswalking.uk.
For your new route.
Everything should be on there, dates, days, the whole itinerary.
Yeah.
It should be live.
Good luck.
Thank
nice
you.
to see you.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in
Thanks
again.
for-
Always
thank you.
nice to see you.
And as ever, it's very often about the people who walk with you. So
Absolutely.
I'm sure we'll be there.
100%, yes.
And if you have been affected by any of the issues we've been talking about, you can get details of organisations providing support on the BBC Action Line website.